from the rafters. We are in Wonderville this time, which we were not previously. So we're having some fun with the space.
Tweet this out.
But last time we played some of my games, and this time we're going to play NIKA by these two gentlemen here at the bar. Also local designers. I believe one of you is an artist, one of you is a dev, and I'm going to let you talk about your own game now that I've monologued at you for a bit.
Cool. Josh, you go first.
All right. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm still having trouble understanding what you're saying.
Oh,
you just asked me to talk about the
you're on
game.
a delay, so...
Yeah, Josh, talk about NIKA for a bit as an intro.
Anything you want.
So NIKA is an abstract strategy game. So it sort of shares a sort of genealogy with chess and checkers and games like that. So it's not thematic, or it's sort of loosely thematic. The goal of the game is to move your pieces from your side of the board into your allies' spawn area on the opposite side of the board. So the board, it'll probably help if you can take it out.
I guess, we can unbox
so you can
now.
see on the back of the box, the board is kind of like a donut shape. So you start on, it's like an elongated donut, oval donut. And so you start on the opposite side of the donut from your ally. And so you're trying to get one of your pieces across the board. The core mechanic of this game is the idea of facing. So unlike, say, a chess piece, a chess man, your pieces have a direction that they point in. And the key is that, this means two things. A piece cannot be directly attacked from the front. And if pieces are adjacent to each other and facing the same way, you can move them in a group called a Phalanx. And you only get you get two moves on your turn. And like moving a whole Phalanx counts as one move. So you can use Phalanxes to move your pieces more efficiently. The other thing that a Phalanx can do is if you have like a sort of column that's at least as deep as an enemy column, you can use it to push an enemy piece backward that is facing you. So normally if you move into a piece from the side or back, it just boots it off the board. However, if it's facing you, you can't attack it unless you're moving in a Phalanx that's deeper, which is a bit much to maybe say out loud, but it looks pretty intuitive when you see it in action.
Speaking of intuitive, I've never played this game before, and I'm just following along, figuring this out. So far the little arrows on the board are really nice, helpful.
Yeah. So kind of what Josh was saying is that any groups that are aligned and facing the same direction can move together as one move, as a Phalanx. An individual piece can move by itself, and it's a little bit more mobile, because the other thing a Phalanx can do, as one unit, they can all rotate as a group in one move. An individual piece can it can turn and then move in one as a single move. So like economy of movement is a big part of the game of like the agility of a single piece versus like the strength of being able to move large groups as a unit is like kind of the economy of movement in the game where you only have 2 moves per turn. So you kind of ran through the rules pretty quick there, Josh. Is there any other thing that's like useful to demo or?
I was just kind of giving an overview as opposed to like a whole rules thing. Okay, so Athens goes first. The teams, it can be played with 2 or 3 or 4 players, but it's always white and blue against red and black. So in this case, with a 2-player game, one of them will be playing white and blue, the other will be playing red and black, and it goes clockwise. So you start with Athens, then you go to Sparta, then Messini, then Thebes. You get 2 moves on your turn, and a move can be either rotating, moving, or rallying. So to rotate a piece, you just point it in a different direction. There are no diagonals. To move a piece, it can move 1 space in any direction, forward, left, right, or back.
Any direction they're facing.
No. So a single piece can move straight backwards, however, or to the side. When it does that, though, it automatically turns to move in the direction that it faces. So So you can think of it as like getting a free move, a free rotate before it moves, and then you move in the direction it's pointing.
Okay.
And then I'll explain rallying in a bit. So if a piece, so I mentioned that the pieces essentially have a shield in their front. So a piece cannot be attacked from the front. However, if you move into its space from the side or the back, it gets routed. When a piece gets routed, it's not permanently off the board. Instead, it goes to your routed pieces section. So if Sparta's piece gets routed, it goes into Sparta's routed pieces. At that point, it can then be rallied on Sparta's turn. You rally one piece at a time, and it can go into any of the back 6 spaces with the little like rod of Asclepius on it.
It's a snake.
The spaces back there are free for you to move around in, so Sparta can like move back into its starting area. The black spaces, for example, on Sparta's side, are the victory area for their ally. So their ally Thebes is black, so if Thebes gets into the black victory area, you win the game, and that's how you win. Is one piece from either side gets across the board into their ally into their victory area. So that would be a win. So pieces, that's everything with one piece. However, a group of pieces can move in a phalanx. So a phalanx can be any configuration of pieces that are all adjacent, pointing the same way and the same color. So they could be a straight line. You could have like an L or a V or anything like that.
But the same color means that even if we're allies, this is not a phalanx.
Right.
Right.
These two would be, but
not that
these
one.
3 are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you need to get your butt back to Thebes.
Now, a phalanx can all rotate in a single move, so they all stay in place and just turn to face a different direction. They can all move in the same. They can all move in the same action. However, a phalanx must move forward. Unlike a single piece, which can essentially turn for free and then move, a phalanx has to move in the direction it's already facing. So if you want to move it in a different direction, it'll take 2 actions, one to rotate, and then a separate action to move. So that would be your whole turn. Remember, you get 2 actions on turn. The other thing that a phalanx may gain the ability to do is push. So for example, if you look at that blue and red phalanx that's been set up, in order to push in a line, you need to have more pieces in that line. So the middle 2 blue pieces could push the middle Spartan piece back because it's 2-to-1 there. However, the single blue piece could not push the red, the Spartan piece back. So yeah, you could do like a push, but that would be 2 pushes.
You could do another push.
But yeah, so you could do like 1 push and then like turn and attack
Or
one of the other pieces for your second action, for example.
like that.
That's, I think, oh yeah, if a piece gets pushed off the board or into the center area or into an enemy's victory area, basically anywhere it's not allowed to be, that routes it automatically.
So, is this a phalanx? These 2 that they don't
Right.
have to be, so they don't have to be like in a line tangential to where they're going. They can be in a line this way too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as every piece is adjacent in some way, linked via adjacency, and they're pointing the same way and they're the same color they are in a phalanx. Now you don't have to move a whole phalanx if you don't want to, so you could take like your line of 3 and move only 2 of them,
Okay.
for instance, or just move a single one. But,
So they're not stuck together. If
Right.
They're all
Right.
facing you.
They
So that would be a
can,
whole phalanx.
yeah, they can like fluidly form and reform with whatever moves you want.
Okay.
Yeah. The only other rule is that there's essentially a checkmate rule. So the game, because it's deterministic, can be it's essentially won at least 1 turn before you actually move your piece in. So if you think you have won the game and cannot be stopped at this point, you declare NIKA, and then your opponent can choose whether to concede or not. And yeah.
I
It should
believe
be
the box said that
fairly
you're
apparent
supposed to
when that-
shout NIKA vigorously as you route the
Yeah,
opponent.
I encourage you to raise your shield and sing a band and shout NIKA to the heavens.
Are we supposed to deck each other across the table, or is that discouraged?
That's a house rule.
Okay, Mark, punching allowed or not allowed?
Punching?
Yeah.
I guess if it's a light punch.
Okay.
Consensual punching is allowed at Wonderville, I think, is the rule. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, one of
what I've
the
noticed in the past.
beautiful things about board games is that they offer alternate methods of conflict resolution that aren't punching each other. So, in the spirit of board games, I encourage you not to do violence and punch each other. Anyway, yeah, so that's all the rules. Do you have any questions before you guys get started for me about the rules?
I think I've got it,
Yeah.
but we
All
will
right.
see. It will be
Cool. I
proven
think
on the
Chris did a good
battlefield.
job being my hands for me. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's seen the demo enough times.
Right. I had to lay out all of the instructions for this, so I know the rules very intimately.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
rules layout is so awesome.
As we probably mentioned, Chris did all the art. Yeah, and as it says at the bottom. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Cool.
So feel free to get started.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to commentate or just answer your questions, but
Let me know if I do anything terribly dumb, because, I mean, I'm probably one of the top 10 players in the world, but I still suck at the game, so.
yeah. Who's playing which sides?
I figure I'll do Athens, Messene or Messeni. You have opinions about this, right?
Messini.
Messini.
Yeah. Messini.
Yeah. I'll take them so I can sort of go first and model an example opening move.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I'm going to do 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we never established how many actions you get on your turn.
Oh, 2 actions per turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Why not? We've never played before. So 1 and 2.
Cool. I'm going to do 1 and 2. Cool.
Will do 1. You can't reach me. 2.
Let's see.
So there's a shout you're supposed to do if you think you've won the game.
Yes.
But is there any intermediary shouting that I can do? Or is shouting reserved only for winning?
Usually,
What's
I would only
charge
shout
in
when
Greek?
winning, but probably if you take a piece, I think a shout's allowed.
Okay. Do either of you speak Greek?
Ligo. I used to speak a little bit, but well, as you know from the, the origin story of NIKA, I studied abroad there, so I had to take a semester before I went, and then I was taking a Greek course while I was there too. So I know a little bit of modern Greek. I also know a little bit of ancient Greek, but probably not enough to like really do anything useful with it at this point.
Yeah.
Or just random words that I remember.
My sister taught me to read ancient Greek briefly. Like,
Yeah.
I could sound it out, but I don't know what any of it said.
Yeah, I could do that. I was like an ancient ancient history major
Yeah.
at college. So I know a lot about ancient Greece, but I don't really speak it or read it.
You don't run into a lot of ancient Greeks these days, even in New York, so.
Yeah. Yes. True.
I do know that the word NIKA means victory, though.
Well, it means conquer.
Oh,
really.
never mind.
It's a singular imperative form of the word. Nike, like the shoe brand means victory.
Gotcha.
Same as the goddess. Wow, they're off to a roaring start.
I know, right?
Let's see if Chris remembers how to get around corners.
Yeah, cornering is like a whole thing in this.
Can they do that? They just turned and moved.
Wait, what did I do?
They were facing this way.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah, I think you just moved to
I fucked up.
out in the wrong
Oh,
direction.
I just used my PG-13 too,
Oh,
right
that's
there.
it. You're out.
Yeah.
So you have to think of something else to shout at
Okay.
the end. Yeah, I saw this coming, but not the solution, which is why they just sort of waited there.
Yeah.
And now
Do you guys
they
have like
to
a
do
marker
something.
for whose turn it is or whatever? Might be nice for just so I can like
We have a plastic bag.
Excellent.
Anything. A little figurine of the Minotaur,
Yeah.
for example.
Alas. Okay, I'm
There you go.
staring at this corner
Beautiful.
now, trying to decide.
Mm.
So,
We have a better turn marker than a. It's a Cliffy Cheese electoral
Oh.
magnet.
One rule I forgot to mention is that you can pass one or both of your actions if you just don't want to move. That is an option. Oh, there you
never.
go. Much better. Oh, man.
I definitely want to move. The question is what am I going
Right.
to do about it?
You always want to move. If you feel it is best not to move. Yeah.
So, you're gonna move up here. And you guys are gonna march.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
So, here.
Oh, right.
Pass the cheese for you.
Oh, wait, that's not legal.
Wait a minute. I think I would have let you get away with that if you hadn't noticed. All right.
I said I'm actually pretty bad at this game.
Well, good, because I've never
Yeah.
played, so
Mhm.
we might be
A
putting footing.
common rookie kind of mistake is being too attached to your pieces. Like you generally need to like sacrifice at least some pieces in order to get through. And remember, you only need one piece to get through to win the game.
Yes.
So you don't want to be like throwing them away for no reason, but it's okay if some of them die.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a recommendation. I think you guys should just move straight along this path.
Straightforward, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Just a little tip since you said you're not good. No, that's not what I recommended at all. All right, pass the
pass.
cheese.
This is a nice magnet too. Cliffy doesn't skip on his merch.
Got the Cox Brothers value. All this.
Oh my gosh. So, what dumbness can I get up to here? Prevent you from encroaching on my lands. Move here.
So a good thing that Chris is doing right now is sort of providing pressure from both sides at once. Because like even though he doesn't have a lot more, he has like 7 to 6 pieces at Sparta, but if Sparta has only 2 actions and his pieces have 4 actions, together, then he can use that to get a big advantage. So at this point, it's on Thebes, the black group, to come up and provide some pressure so that Chris can't just bust through.
Oh, you moved and then turned that one? Okay. Got it.
Oh,
Give me the
sorry.
cheese. All right. So I'm sensing the spectral voice in the ether is suggesting politely that we should be advancing here.
Yes. Many a game has been lost with dallying Thebans.
So
Any
eloquent,
of war.
Josh.
Dallying.
I missed your eloquence.
Look, my Thebians are not dallying. They are.
Miss-
They're waiting to see the whites of your eyes
Yeah,
before we
okay.
rout you. Since you have to get all the way to there to accomplish anything. So we're gonna turn around and then move it,
Okay.
and then pass the cheese.
All right.
Cheese can just move between each of the jails. The graveyards, I guess. Medical tents.
Yeah.
Dishonorable discharge locations.
And what do you got, Chris?
I think.
How will the
For
attack
first kill?
commence? Or will it?
Yo. That was my 2.
Alright.
So it costs an action to take a piece out of the routed spot and put it into your medical tent.
I see.
Yep.
And then it'll cost an action to bring it onto the board from there.
One thing is that you can form phalanxes in here also. So if you restore a couple pieces, then they can move out together again and save a
see.
little bit of time.
So, what to do?
It's a very quiet, intense game.
It is, yeah.
That's why I was asking about the shouting. We could be doing some shouting right now instead of
Yeah.
staring blankly.
We never acted on my proposed
My
NIKA arcade
Spartans.
game.
Josh, what was the game that we showed at MagFest that you made? It was another digital tile-based game.
Digital tile-based. Genesis?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Genesis.
Yeah,
So-
that was a cool game. That's my
Moving and
game
facing is not
studio
enough to kill you.
2
You have to
class.
move,
It's like the
face them,
second semester
move on.
You can
of
move, remember that you can in a
a game design MFA.
one, and that could be two.
Um,
You
Ah.
So yeah, that was like a
turn and
sort of
then move
minimalist
is what a single piece can
RTS,
do.
Right.
essentially, like tile area control game. So you built these little like towers on
So you
tiles
could
that
do
would like
that.
point in a direction. They would like shoot influence out in the direction that would sort of color tiles to be your color, and
Alright. Well, we're
each
gonna have
side
a
had
We're gonna move here.
like a starting base, and you're basically trying to like
Even though we're
color
gonna get
all
routed
the tiles
immediately
up
next
into
turn.
their starting
That's
base.
fine.
Yeah.
The Spartans don't care. You think the Spartans care about that?
Yeah.
They extremely don't. Oh, and that's not in there. So it didn't
Oh,
spend
right.
that
Okay.
action. Spartans do not cheat, and they do not fear death. Shocker that.
You can tell they don't fear it. Maybe they should fear it a little more.
No.
Oh, cool.
Is there a movie about that?
I don't know. I'm looking for a good 300 joke, but I can't come up with one.
Oh, yeah.
I was like trying to come up with a number that's like funnier than 300, but
301.
$2.99.
That was a movie. The sequel.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't want. Makes sense.
didn't all of them but one die?
Yeah, I guess
The
they had to
sequel
find-
should have been one. There.
find 300.
It's hard to just call a movie one.
One.
Give you a lot of info.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are things at Wonderville?
Empty.
You know. Yep.
You know, a public event
We have
space
board
hit by
games.
a global pandemic.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
We're a television station now. Just streaming different things every day. Like UHF.
Yeah.
Okay. Now things are getting a little dicier.
Josh, do you have any games we could play, like, remotely?
Told you, not dallying.
Of mine? Sumer. Yeah, well, can you play Sumer? I guess we could maybe get you on. I think I forget if there's like a Steam beta or something for Sumer. The online play is basically working. We just like haven't done enough testing of it to do like a full release. But yeah, we could probably make like a branch or something so that we could play Sumer remotely. But yeah, the other stuff I've like been working on at my actual company jobs is like not I don't know, not worth it.
That's fair.
But I don't know if you've seen me posting about my new game that I'm trying to get going. I could talk about that.
Yeah, which game is
Severed Sky.
Digital or physical?
It's a digital game. So the idea is it's basically like a civilization style game. So like a strategy game where you're like building up a base and expanding your territory and stuff. But There are two twists. One is that all of your units are unique characters, kind of like Fire Emblem, and they build up relationships with each other and that sort of thing. And they all have like unique abilities. And then the other thing is we're trying to do like make it like a anti-imperialist, like eco-conscious theme, which is sort of like antithetical to the genre, like the civilization genre.
So like a 0x.
Yeah. So. So yeah, so we were like founding the company and about to send out pitches and stuff for it. So that's like what I've been doing this past year, pretty much since I like left my last job, just like a year and a half ago. So we are Ancient Mariner Games. It's our new company. Yeah.
I've heard there's a good rhyme about that.
You're so cultured, Chris.
I know, aren't I?
Anyway,
My culture exists, it extends to having heard of fancy things.
right.
Like
How's this board
Wait a
looking?
minute, how'd you get over here?
Oh, wait, I don't know.
Seems that the
What are you
Spartan
doing with my
defense is
Spartans?
mostly
Hold
collapsed.
on,
Wait, has
hold
one
on
of
a minute.
the
Hold
did one
on
of
a
the Spartan pieces get captured by Athens?
Defected, more like.
That's not great.
He's just hanging out with his husband over here in Athens. You stabbed me, but it's cool,
He
babe.
was like, I like your culture better.
Look, I don't know about this whole getting stabbed thing. It was cool in theory, in practice. All right, I need to stop dallying over here in Thebes.
I'm just pretending that whole train doesn't exist over there.
The Theban train. Choo choo. All right. Sure. Let's make you do something.
Okay.
Who could have seen this?
I'm going to capitalize on this.
All right, Chris takes the bait like a chump. Oh no.
And now it is time for the Spartans to
Yeah,
do something
classic
reckless.
ruse.
Reckless. That's all.
Too many Spartans.
You only need a handful of Spartans for that to be true.
So yeah, part of the strategy is like at one point one of your teams is gonna basically start playing defense and just like screening the other side's pieces so that he can get through. Normally, although Chris may be opting not to do that and doing a rare both sides running strategy, which is very advanced.
Move here and move.
Josh, do you think it's advantageous to play with 2 people or 4 people?
Advantage. I think it's advantage. Well, I think if you're a good player, it's better to play alone. Just because like you can formulate all of your own plans and you don't have to like make sure the other person is thinking the same thing. There's no like real rule for tabletop, so you could make a rule where you like are allowed to like privately confer with each other. But I've just from observing people, most people don't do that. They'll either do like open table talk, which means your opponents can hear what you're thinking, or just like no table talk. But a lot of people prefer playing with a partner. I mean, for obvious reasons, you just only have one thing to worry about, really. And sometimes 2 heads are better than 1. But like, if I was gonna run like a tournament of this, I'd probably and like have it be serious. I'd probably do like 1v1s. Yeah. But I think it basically comes down to personal preference. Like there was a long time when I didn't ever lose. Oh, like when I was by myself, but I would sometimes lose when I had a partner. Although I've now lost a couple of times by myself, and it infuriates me. One rule that might come up is that you cannot route or push your partner's pieces, even if you want to. So like those blue pieces are going to have to get out of the way of the white pieces for them to get through, if that's the plan.
Excellent. All right. So we're just going to real quick fix this little problem here and move.
Okay.
Have the cheese.
Yeah.
There's Solace over there in that Athens wounded tent.
Chris regrets taking that even piece 2 turns ago.
What? No. Like I said, not dallying, waiting for the whites of your eyes.
Yeah, they're only
So-
pretending to lull the Athenians into a false sense
So,
of security.
at what point did you two start working together on the game? Did you bring him in like at the end when you had already finished everything and needed some art, somewhere along the way? Did you dream
Oh.
about him too, and then he just sort of popped into realist?
I mean, I suck at drawing, and
I can vouch
Chris
for that.
doesn't. So, yeah.
True.
I guess what was it? I guess I was sort of like toward the end of the prototyping process. So I think I pitched it to the publisher with still like my shitty like prototype graphic design. And then I guess Chris and I probably had already been working together on like Crystal Brawl and stuff.
Yeah.
And at some point I asked him to like redo the graphic design. And yeah, at that point we took it around to like a couple more conventions and stuff. But the publisher just accepted it. He like basically didn't make any changes at all to Chris's art. I guess he did the art and the graphic design separately, so I think
Kinda,
for like
yeah.
the board versus the instructions. I don't know, this was all like 9 years ago, so it's
Yeah.
hard to remember. But
I remember when I first played the game, it was called Othismos.
oh yeah, it was called Thismos.
Yeah, which is like Greek for pushing or push or something.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of
Uh-oh.
push, and then
It's
murder.
yeah.
Was this on Kickstarter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it was on Kickstarter, but it was like a Kickstarter run by the publisher, Eagle Games. So it's just kind of how they do like pre-sales, which is like a little bit weird and not really the point of Kickstarter, but like it's a really common practice for board game companies. So yeah,
Yeah.
What year was that?
I think the Kickstarter, I think it was 2013, which is the year it was published. It's possible it was like 2012, but yeah, I think it was 2013. I don't think there was a super long delay. Maybe it was a few months between like the Kickstarter and like
I see what you're doing.
when they shipped the game.
Cool.
Wait a second. That was an illegal move.
What was?
What, moving them twice?
Yeah, they weren't all facing the same direction. The piece toward the Mycenaean.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Oh, it was. That's right. 'cause he
That's
had
why it
murdered
was
my
facing
friend.
a different way at
Yeah.
the
You'd
end.
have to, yeah. You could do one of those. You could like
That's
turn
fine.
him and then.
We're gonna turn,
them
and
all
then we're
once.
gonna go.
That'd
Thank
be
you.
fine.
Spartans don't cheat, but the Thebians apparently do. So,
Yeah, they're tricky,
Mm-hmm.
treacherous demons.
Yeah, we decided that we did a
that's
Video
a rule,
for
right?
it.
I can cheat
yeah.
if you don't notice.
We cast the Thebians as treacherous in our voiceover for the gameplay video we did.
Oh yeah.
Harsh.
Bismuth, the old military history lesson in, was basically, so when two like actual Greek armies would fight, it was just like a bunch of dudes with like huge shields and like heavy armor and spears. So they were really bad at killing each other. So like basically what they would do is they would like run into each other and crash into each other, and then begin what was called the Othismus, which is basically a shoving match where each team would just like try to shove the other one backward and then like whoever kind of ended up giving the most ground would just like run away, or at least that's kind of how we think it happened. It's a little debated, but yeah. So that was the initial name of the game, but NIKA was snappier. A lot of people made fun of me for calling it Abysmos because they couldn't fucking pronounce it.
That's your one.
Yeah. I remember I worked on the game I was starting to do sketching and stuff for it, and we play tested it several times, and I could never remember what the game was called until you named it NIKA, and then, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely, I forget, I think it was partly also because we added, or maybe it was at the same time as adding like the NIKA, like the checkmate mechanic.
Yeah. I remember the one other mechanic that the publisher had you add was bringing back individual routed pieces, I think.
No, with the publisher, that was something that I was like messing around with for a while. So at some point you like just brought all of your pieces back in a single action, but that ended up it made the game too defensive. Mm-hmm. I think at one point I probably also tried like having rallying a single piece take 2 actions, but then that made it too offensive. The thing that publisher had me add was like a stalemate rule, like they have in chess, where I think it's like I don't even remember because like no one's ever used it, but it's like if you have the exact same board position 3 times within, or like ever, I guess 3 times within the same game, then it's like a stalemate. Mm-hmm. But it's just this like theoretical thing. So I think they had some like chess expert look at it, and he was like, well, because of the kind of game, because it's like deterministic and so on. Yeah. It's possible for it to stalemate. But I've never seen it actually happen. So, but it didn't matter. I was like, all right, this doesn't hurt the game, so I might as well not put up a fight. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I guess you could get both of your sets on the corners and then just sit there and stare at each other.
You can, yeah. Well, that's the weird thing, because in chess you're not allowed to pass. You always have to move. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the possibility, but also you can't bring your pieces back in chess, and chess has, a lot more rules like limiting your stuff. So there might be a thing, like, NIKA theory crafters disagree as to like whether it's like optimal to just not attack and like wait for your opponent to attack first. It's not like been explored to the extent that that's really been determined. But I mean, unless there's like a serious competitive scene, which I think at this point it's fairly safe to say is probably not going to happen. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So. Although there totally could be. Chris is fucking deep in bot.
No.
Oh wait, Sparta.
The Spartans. No.
But I'm excited.
Cliffy's the trickster.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right.
Okay. So
I see what's going on here.
Kick you out.
I was rambling and missed that. The singing guy getting by.
Let's give chase. Giving chase is fun. I'm just imagining some giant Spartan guy like running up behind you, and you look over your shoulder like, oh shit. Yeah.
I guess in fiction, they've just got each team's got a really important message that they need to get to the other side.
Yeah, the exact lore of it. I don't know. I thought about like making some like actual like lore reason for why you have to get your piece across, but yeah, and the best guess was like, oh, you need to deliver a message. But it just never really ended up. Like chess doesn't have like a story, right? There's an implied story that you're trying to kill your team. But,
it's a war game.
It's a war.
There's some wars happening here.
Yeah,
it's a real weakness of chess.
Yeah, a lot of people criticize chess for its lack of narrative design.
There's.
I gotta say, Chris, I think you could probably.
Yeah, I think at this point it's pretty much deterministic that I can NIKA here, right?
This is why we have the rule.
Why, you think that guy's gonna get away?
Unless you find an extra move hidden somewhere. I guess moving my Athens guy there was not the smartest move, but that'll probably work out.
There are, I don't know if you guys have it on you, but there's like the variant, there's a bunch of like variants that are designed where you like put stickers on the back of the pieces and some of them get like a special ability.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think we have the fancy bonus edition here.
yeah.
Are those rules in the manual for the regular version, or is that like a?
It's in a separate little addendum like piece
Mhm.
or piece of paper.
If you buy your own copy at Wonderville, you could just put the things on the back of the pieces and use it like that anyway.
Yeah.
Out of the way.
I'm sure they'll like laser cut a head of a horse or something onto the back if you ask them nicely.
Yeah. I thought about wanting to make like a fancy woodcut NIKA board at some point.
Everybody wants to
Yeah.
make a fancy laser cut some board game.
It's like basic for Wonderville.
Hey, we got a new laser cutter.
Yeah.
Apparently it's dangerous.
Cool. It's in the shed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna say Nika, Chris?
Yeah. Oh,
Move out of the way.
cool. NIKA.
There you go.
Okay, for some reason, I was convinced that it had to get here.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, you have to get through all of this crap before you win. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I always forget that too. I'm always like thinking I have to get into like an enemy goal or something, but
Right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, once you kind of break through, that's sort of like,
Okay. I would have tried a lot harder to stop you if I realized that you didn't have to get all the way around.
Right.
yeah.
That's my bad.
No,
all right.
no
That
worries.
was fun though.
Yeah,
For a first time.
Thank you.
I did make you pause.
you
At
did.
length
There was
for
some
several...
tense stuff there. When you had this row of everything, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it past that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest flaw of the game is that people make that mistake a lot, but you also only ever make it once, right? Like from now on, you'll remember what the goal of the game is forever.
Yeah, like, not next
but-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing that is found to be a bit intuitive. But
Mark saw it was time to reset and ran away. So
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to play.
Mark doesn't want to do any post-game commentary here.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
And these pieces are nice.
Yeah, these things came out real. I forgot how nice these things came out. They're like actually printed on the wood. I thought they were like stickers on it, but
the
Yeah.
pieces, yeah,
The wood printing is a good
Yeah.
touch.
they are nice. Yeah, Eagle does generally have like pretty high component quality for their stuff.
I've forgotten that we did the black board background too, because there's the digital version that I've seen way more with the blue background.
Blue.
Yes, we have like a dark blue background for the digital version, which is I think still available on, I don't know, the internet.
Yeah,
The game concluded while you were out.
Yeah.
Oh, you only need one to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this was similar to my reaction. At the end. Oh. It's interesting because this looks like it's longer, even though intellectually I know that it's the same number around.
Yeah.
Like, but that's got to be shorter, right? You had a shorter path.
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
You did
no.
not.
If you
No.
count it, they are an equal number of spaces.
Okay. Do you ever play
There is like
Speed,
a bit of
Nika?
asymmetry, just in the sense that one team that gets to like go down the straightaway while the other team has to like round two corners. So it's supposed to balance out like the first move advantage a little bit. So Athens has like a harder time than Messini rounding the corner, but they get to go first. So
I was
it seems
about to
like the
ask.
teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
I was about to ask about the first turn.
Yeah.
Because that's always tricky in, turn-based deterministic, no randomness strategy games. That going first sets the tone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
But,
some
you
of the? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, chess has like the distinct turn one advantage. If you're equal skill players, white will always win.
Yeah.
Right.
What are the variations, Josh? I remember there's one that's got like a Medusa head. and then there's a
Yeah.
couple other ones. What are some of those? Because they do add a lot of like weird
Yeah, so
variety.
there's 4. One is called the Knights, where you have a piece who is a knight, and he,
Just a European night. Just, hey guys, I want to play.
yeah, what was the? I'm trying to remember the name of the class. It's like Hippioi or something. There's a class of like Athenians, well, of Greek citizens that is like called knights, even though it's like a sort of anachronistic term. But basically, like the idea of like a rich aristocracy that was able to afford horses and therefore able to serve as cavalry is like goes back to ancient times. It's not just a medieval thing. So, and there's like an Aristophanes play called the Knights. Anyway, yeah. So the knight piece, basically you flip over one of your normal pieces, and the knight piece gets an extra move every turn. So basically, you can take your 2 normal moves, and then the knight piece can move again. And he can also hop over your own pieces. Not like he still has to expend a move to move like each tile, but he can move through friendly pieces, which normal pieces can't do. That's one. The Furies is another one. So in that one, yeah, you have like a Medusa or a Fury piece. So basically, every time you route a piece, an enemy piece, you flip it over and check if it's the Fury, and if it's the Fury, then the piece that just routed the Fury also gets routed. So does a revenge attack basically. So there's like a bit of, and you can put it wherever you want in your like starting set. So there's a bit of like psychological, like bluffing, I guess.
It's like Stratego, the greatest game.
It's like Stratego. That's 2. There's one called Agamemnon, where you have a general piece. So the general doesn't have a facing, which means he can be attacked and routed from any direction. However, his special ability is that he can like issue an order to an adjacent piece or phalanx, which is basically like an extra action that they can do once per turn. And then the last one is called Ajax, I think, and it's you get a hero piece. So your hero piece has like a sword, and the hero basically has the weight of 2 pieces, which means like he can single-handedly push back an opposing piece, or like if you have a line with him and another piece, it counts as a line of 3 pieces. And he also has a special. He has an extra hit point. So if he gets attacked from the side or the back, instead of just getting routed, instead he turns to face the piece that attacked it, and he like flips over to become a normal piece. So
Cool. Do you ever play with all of those active at once?
I don't remember.
That's an answer.
They're not really like mutually. I guess you could. I feel like it would get pretty insane.
It would be a very different game.
You have to start marking the pieces too, because
Yeah.
you can't like conveniently flip one over if there's like 3 things it could be.
Right. The special edition on the Kickstarter came with like a set of stickers that you could put on the back to like mark them like that. So
Interesting.
yeah, I have a version of it like that at home somewhere. So
This is not that version.
yeah.
I may have the Kickstarter version at home, but I
Yeah.
think these are the ones you brought to the bar.
You
But
didn't
you
give
can.
out the good stuff to the bar, huh?
Yeah.
Kept it for yourself.
Yes.
There's also a nice little piece marker. It looks like a little helmet
Oh yeah. I forget
instead
about
of like Clippy
Instead
cheese.
of a cheese.
I don't know. This works pretty well.
Yeah, no, it did.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, what time is it?
Oh, it's not even 9 yet. You want to go again?
Do another
All
one.
right. Mark, do you want to hop in?
Yeah, I'll hop in.
Okay.
Okay.
Swap out with me.
Select your fighter.
That's true.
I'll play Sarah since Chris has a lot of
Yeah. This will be
hours.
Right. You could do a 3-player game too if you wanted.
Oh, we could. We could.
I'll just tell Mark what to do from the back.
Yeah.
These arrows indicate my starting position, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So let me just remember this. I have 2 moves per turn.
Yep.
I can rotate or move, and I can move groups of pieces in a phalanx. How do I route a piece?
You have to hit them from their non-facing side.
Got it.
And by hit them, I mean entirely move. So, like, if I was here, I moved here, face you, that doesn't count. You have to spend an action to actually get them.
But if we're both pointed at each other, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, no. If you're pointing at each other, we can't do anything here, but if I had backup, I could shove you.
Got it. Oh yeah. So if you have more than okay. Okay. I'm not keeping an eye on Twitch chat. Sorry if there's trolls.
I am pretty quiet.
Yeah. There's twice as many viewers as there were when we started.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
there's two?
6 now.
Yeah.
I wonder-
Big shout outs to all the fans and viewers out there.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping by. Support your local Wonderville.
definitely.
And then
There's talk of RPGs in the future if that piques the interest of the chat.
ooh.
So, secret special information for the 6 valiant people in the chat.
Wait, are you guys gonna stream like tabletop RPGs? Is that what you said?
Every Wednesday we're gonna do some kind of tabletop thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Um,
Nice.
Except next
Except
Wednesday
for next Wednesday.
is playtest night. So every like 4th Wednesday is playtest night.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
okay.
8th Wednesday? I don't know.
Every
However
eighth
often
one-
we can cajole Andy into giving us a break.
Yeah. Call-
Is that specifically tabletop kind of stuff, or is it going to be like digital and tabletop?
No, the playtest night will just be on Discord. It could be anything.
Cheese or magnets?
Oh, cheese.
Oh, it's cheese.
It's magnets.
It's magnets. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna play as these guys.
These guys go first, so up to you.
Ah.
I mean, you lost, so actually I'm going to make you go first.
Okay.
I don't want to, so
And just to be clear, the goal is to get one of these over to here.
yes.
Just
And
one.
My goal is to get just one. So
Either
of them, yeah.
Okay.
So, unlike what I thought last time, for no good reason at all, you don't have to go all the way to this one.
Yeah, just here to there or
Yep.
here to there.
Yep.
All right. One. And then
Oh, I
wait.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
Can I rotate both at once?
Yes.
Because they're both facing the same direction.
And a single piece, the last thing, can do a move rotate as a single action. So it can go anywhere it wants, but a whole phalanx has to turn together.
Got it. Just
They're
like
clunky.
in real life.
Yeah. The pieces, whenever you move a single piece, it always ends facing in the direction.
Yeah. So now it's the Spartans. The Spartans had the opportunity to win last time and didn't understand the rules. Lost. So,
Not
time
renowned for their intellect.
Right.
harshing on the Spartans right now. These guys are going to turn around. Turn around. I can't stop thinking that in my head.
And you can only rotate 90 degrees. Can
You can rotate any degrees.
Ooh, that changes things. I
Turn right around
I
and run
realized
from
it
the
didn't. I don't want to leave these guys alone.
All right, that was my 2. So,
Okay.
can you pronounce this again? What is this?
Messini.
Messini. Messini.
I'm
Messini.
trying to think of something that rhymes with, but I can't.
Vizzini.
Linguini.
Messini. Yeah, linguini. It does rhyme.
And we'll go this way.
Messini.
All right. I don't know. So, and then we're gonna turn. We're gonna just repeat mistakes of the past. This is. I'm doing this for the stream, for the narrative drama of it all. All right.
Don't worry. I rotated these, but I'm going to rotate them back the other way. Because I realized probably need some defense.
No. I don't
And,
think that's a good idea. I think you should just ignore this section completely and skip every turn. That's what I would
We're going to go there. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Spartans! Spart. There we go.
Okay, mezzanine. You go there.
Messini.
And you go there.
Alright. This is a much quicker game. I like that. I like that you're a man of action, Mark.
Yeah, we need speed, Nika. We need a timer with it.
Yeah.
Speed running Nika.
We have done that.
Can I turn all of those that way?
Yes.
And then-
Concept for a really bad arcade version of Nika.
Boo.
Yeah, Bennett, how do you speed Nika?
You just have 6 buttons and a joystick, and whatever buttons you're holding down correspond
Yeah,
to
yeah.
moving a piece.
So the Spartans are
Um,
going to turn their butts around.
So Messini, for a little historical color, was a group of people that were basically enslaved by the Spartans for hundreds of years, but they were just like their neighbors and like other Greeks. So all the other Greeks like either didn't know about it or thought it was like horrifying. So you weren't really supposed to do that to like other Greeks. And during the Peloponnesian War, the Athenians like liberated a bunch of Messenians and they kind of gave them their own city, and they fought as like allies of Athens against Sparta.
I was going to ask you about that.
Oh, it's not
Why
Spartan's
did you
turn.
pick such a
Thebes.
difficult to pronounce city? But no, I understand the historical context.
Where?
For the same reason I initially called it Ephismus. Idiot.
What did I do to these guys? Nothing?
I
I
think
was
you've just
sure
been
they
moving.
moved.
Just been moving those 3.
I was sure that they moved,
What
but I
about
guess they
Thebes?
didn't.
I don't know the history of Thebes at all either.
Wait, sorry, you're asking
I would say, yeah, what's the history of Thebes?
the history of Thebes. Thebes was the most populous basically the big, most powerful land-based power in Greece, other than Sparta, I guess. So they're from central Greece. They had like, I think basically the best farmland in Greece. So high population, and they were kind of rivals of Athens from ancient time. So the thing about Greek history is that, and I think this is probably still true, is that you hated your neighbors. All the Greek cities hated their neighbors. So Athens is next to Thebes. It's not really next to Sparta. And they actually weren't always enemies. But Athens and Thebes were enemies for a long time. But you liked the people who were like on the other side of them because they were, it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So Corinth, for example, was also enemies of, they were sort of like rivals with Sparta. But the Athenians kind of got along with them for that reason. So Thebes is also the mythological home of Oedipus.
Ah.
You may have heard it.
So hold on, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's that supposed
I didn't
to
want to interrupt the history because it was really
No,
interesting.
yeah, go ahead.
So Sarah did this. Could she have moved all of these pieces and routed this, or you can only route with one piece?
I could have moved all of them and routed it,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't want to do that.
You just did this so that I could do that. Well, I'm going to move them both together, and then I'm going to rotate that like that.
But if I had moved them all, you would have gotten.
2. That's what I was
Yeah.
hoping for.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Right.
Now,
So did you mean to
Yeah.
only turn one, or did you mean to turn them both?
so that's the question. Even though he's behind this one, because he's
Yeah.
pointed here, can she still push me?
Because they're not a
Good question. The answer is no. As long as the front piece is facing the enemy, any pieces
Oh.
behind it, regardless of their facing, add weight.
I
So
didn't.
those 2 Theban pieces can't fish the Athenians.
Boo. Okay.
So I'll leave it. Sure.
Spartans. Spartans.
Yeah, and during the Peloponnesian War, Thebes and Sparta were like the 2 major allies opposed to Athens.
Move here,
It's
and
like
then
New
move
Jersey,
over.
but like Pittsburgh, right?
Is that a thing? Yeah, exactly.
Josh, are you playing Hades?
I played a lot of Hades. I kind of played it so much that I'm like done with it. I think I played like 100 hours or something. Have you been playing it?
Yeah, I'm at about 80 hours. But
Got 20 more hours.
there's all of these cities remind me of Hades.
Yeah, I was going to ask, which one is Prince Zagreus from historically?
I mean, I'm pretty sure none of these.
No, Josh, you should totally cash in, and we should just make a Hades edition of this game.
Yeah. All right. I think I own the rights again. I'll call up Supergiant and make a proposition. That would be awesome if you could just play NIKA inside of Hades. You know, because they have that fucking board game in his room, in what's his face, Zagreus' room.
Can you play that game?
What?
Can you play that game?
No.
I keep trying to play it.
I know. No, not as far as I know. But yeah, that should totally be what it is. They should just like have you able to play NIKA.
Just call them up.
Yeah.
Big game, no free board.
I'm like almost tempted to do that. Yeah, but actually the problem. So we were trying to make. Well, we did make a digital version, but we never figured out AI. And we like talked to a bunch of people who were like really good at like making chess AIs and stuff. And they were like, yeah, this is just like a really like intrinsically difficult game to make AI for. I think partly because there's 2 moves in the turn, and partly probably more because you can bring pieces back. So you can't. It's like impossible or almost impossible to find like the end of a move tree, basically, which is how like a lot of chess algorithms get done. I think. I don't know much about it, but yeah. So like no one's ever that I know made like a good NIKA AI. We tried, but I think I'm not like 100% sure it ever got actually implemented correctly.
I was gonna say, I remember we had an AI running, but it cheated all the time.
Well, yeah, all right, yeah. So,
One.
but that sounds super giant. I'm sure they could figure it out. I'm sure it's a problem they're eager to tackle.
Yeah. The digital version is pretty cool because it runs on. I mean, it ran on anything pretty much. It was HTML5, and so like
Right.
you could run it in a browser. We had like every phone platform for it working.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty polished by the end too.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it's got good reviews on all the app stores and stuff that it's on.
Yeah.
The only thing people ever complain about are that there's no AI and that there's no online.
Yeah, I know how to say this game needs AI in like 15 languages.
Yeah, exactly.
No, actually, to think back to this one, we did at NYU, I think it was. We did playtesting on the tutorial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Yep.
like, it was a really, really good experience of like just letting people play through the tutorial and watching them go along with it. It's like a really robust tutorial,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a really good lesson to just sort of like user experience and writing game tutorial text and what people get and what people don't get in it.
Yeah, we were working on that forever. It's really hard to teach things to people. Yeah, period.
I took video of people doing the tutorial, and like you could see exactly the step at which they got confused. Like their finger would hover over a thing, and they would not know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it was wild how much that helped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Gonna get in my way.
stalemate.
Just stand there menacingly. All right,
That was like most of the work on that game though. It was just like,
getcha.
because like I don't think the logic was very difficult, but figuring out like redoing the instructions and then making the tutorial was like tons and tons of work.
The UI was tricky too because one of the things about the game is that the board colors and the piece colors all match, so it's like it's fine
Right.
if it's a physical board game, but when you turn it into digital, it's like
That you can't
when
see
the colors
anything
are the
anymore.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. How did we even solve that? I don't remember. We just had an outline.
We did darker versions
Shadow.
and a little bit of a bevel on the pieces, and
Oh,
we had
yeah.
those selection rings constantly on them.
Right.
Can you bring multiple routed pieces back at once?
Cost one
No.
one move for each one.
Per piece. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
I feel
This game
it.
sucks.
Sorry.
We're at this stupid corner again.
The tight game.
This is pretty even matchup everywhere except for in the CD Spartan corner now.
Yeah, but there's like enough space over there that those Messenians could probably get back. part of the strategy is like coordinating your attacks so that like a breakthrough in one area leads to like the other team won't have enough time to rally because they'll be too busy dealing with stuff on the other side. So like right now, because there's not really pressure from Thebes on Messini, like they'll probably be able to survive even though they lost that initial engagement with Sparta.
Huh, Athens, huh? What's Athens gonna do? I guess
Athens, yeah.
that, and then that.
Just sit there.
Wait,
staring.
okay. This goes to here, and then another move to here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes 3 to get out? Nonsense.
Yes, sir.
All
I
right.
like it. Keep your pieces alive.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
I think that is where, like, I never think about the fact that, like, when you're deep in enemy territory and you kill a piece on the other side of the board, that you send it right back to its home base, which is inconvenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are times when you actively don't want to route an enemy piece because like that repositions it somewhere more convenient.
What do I want to do to you?
There's a Hades joke in there somewhere about escaping hell. But
That's Hades.
All right, we're gonna eliminate this problem.
you're getting roughed up over there.
Yeah, it's fine. That's too
That's-
aggressive.
Kind of what the Spartans are known for.
Okay. You know what? We'll just line all of you up here. And we'll get out eventually.
Will you? I have the cheese.
I like that it's an election button.
Ah, Thebes, what the hell, man? All right. I don't like you here. Huh.
So like moving pieces just up to reinforce is kind of always useful.
Huh. Yeah, but I like pushing Mark.
Yeah, no, that's good too. I don't mean to doubt your strategy.
One, and then I could.
If you're stuck, if you're like in a position where you don't
It
want to move
has to
anything.
be facing the way that it moved.
Oh, but I thought you could rotate and move at the same time.
You can rotate and then move, but you can't move.
You
and then
can't move and
rotate.
then rotate. You always end up facing in the direction you moved in.
Got it.
I mean, you can move and then rotate. It's just
So
two
you can take
actions.
that back if you want to. And
Uh,
So you can like back a piece up, for example, like have them kind of back step or side step, but it just takes both the directions.
So not this turn, but next turn I could do that
Right.
as one move.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
as long as I end up in the same direction I'm moving.
yes.
Okay. I'm done with that then
And
for
then it
Yeah.
presumably when you still do that next turn,
now.
only this half can push because this half can't push those guys.
Oh yeah. Athens can't do much of anything, so.
Well, they will be able to soon.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting choices to make with Sparta.
Yeah. Sparta, Sparta, Sparta. What are you gonna do here? See, I want to banter, but I don't want to let Mark know what I'm thinking about doing. So I have to get creative here.
I mean, I don't have any pieces on this side, so I really can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
but you're about to. We're just gonna run. Ah, one lone Spartan. Go, 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 go.
I tried this strategy already. 1, 2, right? That's all I
Uh-huh.
can do.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's you louts. All right. Which means we're gonna break through. Because we're gonna go 1, and then 2. That's the end of that.
Right.
1
Shocking. I'm
and
shocked.
2.
Quite frankly, shocked. All right.
Hang on. Hope I want to do that.
You can, but should you?
I'm just gonna do that as 2.
All right.
Yeah. I like it.
2, 2.
One. Shoot.
You're gonna bully me? You're gonna gang up on my poor sprinting Spartan here.
A fun artifact is that the characters in the middle are all based on actual Greek pottery.
That's true.
Josh made me give them pants though.
So if I shove you off the edge and move onto your space, does that double murder you somehow? Do you like overkill? Is there a rule for that?
Well, you can't shove me. It's just 1-on-1.
If that if that happens, you die in real life.
All right. Well, I don't want to kill Mark in the real life.
I do sometimes.
You can't. Then you inherit Wonderville
Oh no. Definitely don't want that.
and all the debt.
I think a piece can never technically be killed in 2 ways.
Yeah, it actually
That one.
can't happen.
Is yeah. 'Cause if he's getting pushed, he's not getting routed the other way.
Well, shove.
What if he gets routed or pushed back onto the spear of an enemy?
Yeah, if you get pushed back onto an enemy piece, you get routed also.
Even if
Oh.
that enemy's not facing
Right.
you, right?
Even if the enemy piece isn't facing you.
Well, these are all rules that you could have heard before.
There's sort of a lot of edge cases, but all resolve in pretty much how you would expect them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Athens is the worst.
They're in a good position. You can start advancing.
I could do this, and then I can do this.
Remember what Josh said about not being too precious. Actually, I say that, Mark, you've already had like 3 dead Messenians come back in. So
Here they are, the Messenian Revenant
Yeah,
squad.
yeah. I
Yes.
guess Mark's not being.
They
too-
got
too-
better.
If I do.
I'm seeing everything at like a 5-second delay, but yeah. I don't see anything.
I don't want to do that.
Yes.
I don't want to do that at all.
But okay, I will say, if you wanted, you could immediately take out that forward Spartan piece.
Hey now, hey now, hey
Oh,
now,
I could, 'cause
hey
I
now,
can
hey
move.
now, hey now.
I'm just
That's
reminding
not
everyone of
how-
the
no,
rules
no,
so that
no,
everyone's
no,
playing
no,
on a
no,
fair
no.
I can rotate and move at the same time.
That's all I'm doing.
Yes, you can.
Just because some people find that like unintuitive, but yeah, because you're like being able to move in any direction. you
Now
can
it's the
definitely-
Spartans. Okay. Just trying to use up my moves over here, aren't you? I love this lone Spartan back here who's just like sleeping or something.
We have to contend with him eventually.
Eventually, the rear guard. It's
right.
important work. Important work.
Defense in depth. Yeah, it's interesting that you could take that Athenian piece, but it might actually not be good to do that.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it.
So you still got the corner, which is prime defensive territory.
Yeah, but they're just gonna shove me.
They will shove you. However, it'll take him a turn to prepare to shove you.
No, I can do it right away. Alright.
We could do one rotate and then one move.
Murdered. Shove proofed.
I ran upstairs to the sound booth and I was going to type something about this being poggers, but I don't really know that much about Twitch, to be honest.
I don't think anything
Well,
has happened in the chat since somebody was
actually,
like, fix the
yeah,
microphones.
let's see who Bugchamp is today.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure who that is. Oh wait, that's isn't that like Bill Hader? It's the guy who looks like Bill Hader. I don't know if it is actually him. It's probably not, but well, they had like RuPaul a while ago, so it could be anyone. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's Bill Hader.
How about GameStop? That's
oh my
crazy.
Gosh.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So beautiful.
Discord took down the like stock channel.
Yeah. I've been following it now today too.
I love that they're gonna try to regulate people trading stocks. What is your plan?
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I was reading, it was just like the short selling on GameStop was just so excessive and like over, like just people were like, yeah, it was like extremely greedy. Like people thought this was such a sure thing, they did way too much of it, and basically Reddit called their bluff. Uh-oh. We got a breakaway.
Shorting is crazy too. Like the only thing I know about shorting is that you basically can take infinite losses, which is not like normally true when you buy stocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why they're just like getting absolutely destroyed.
I have a Robinhood account. I bought a little bit of GameStop stock just to be like, cool, I'll get in on this. Fuck you.
Oh yeah.
Wait, AMC is next, right? That's the next meme stock.
BlackBerry is what I hear.
BlackBerry.
Yeah. Yeah, I own $3 of BlackBerry now too. So
Tomorrow they're
Something that
3,000.
could be.
that goes if that goes skyrocketing, I could make $30.
True. Give yourself a nice dinner.
But some people in Wall Street Bets are even talking about donating like some percentage of whatever they earn from this to charities and stuff, because they're like, people really see it as a wealth redistribution kind of thing. Other people are putting millions of dollars into this too, so I don't understand it.
Yeah.
People are making life-changing amounts of money from buying GameStop stock, which I feel like 2020 was bad. 2021 is just going to be weird.
It's just, yeah.
We're off to a good start for that.
If the stock market is brought down by GameStop stock becoming hyper valuable, I don't know. Capitalism, you did this to yourself.
This has nothing to do with anything, but the PogChamp thing reminded me. My friend posted that he had a dream where he was playing Super Mario 64 and everything was the same except that the single, double, and triple jump like voice lines were replaced with PogChamp, and Poggers, which I just found really funny.
Entirely too specific dream.
I know.
Sea of Thieves.
This is like those two people that got lost on the battlefield, and they're just like, just me and you in Thebes.
It's basically the plot of 1917.
Oh yeah.
But since it's Greek times, it would just be like 17. Actually, no.
Wait. Okay.
Are there illegal moves going on?
I don't think so.
I forgot whether that blue piece is facing the black pieces or not. If not, then that was fine.
No, it was facing forward. They were in a line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Spartans. What are you planning on doing? Standing around menacingly. Alright. I've had just about enough. It's time.
Out for blood.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it.
Voomp.
My face.
Yeah.
Oh, that was two.
That was two.
You didn't pass me the cheese. How was I supposed to know?
No way, no way.
Alright.
Not bad for just one guy in Messini. Messini.
Well, it'll be over quick.
Is that two? No,
That's
because they're
one,
phalanx.
They're a phalanx, yeah. I'm tired of sleeping over there, Athens.
You know, there's really nothing else they can do here.
Spartans. We're just gonna make a break for it. Yep.
I feel like we got the breakthrough here.
Just sprint. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just run.
I like that NIKA comes down to like a big game of like shoving and striking, and then one person just runs the fuck away.
And I'm done with this.
They paints a picture.
I have no desire to continue. Alright, so you're gonna turn around. And, just gonna get cozy, I guess.
I do sometimes wonder if I could come up with a better like victory condition, but it works.
The extremely
one I tried, at least.
unshuffable pile of Athenians.
But I remember one of the first times I played, I was trying to get to the enemies.
That's
Yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Their first time. But like I said, it's a thing you only mess up once. I try when I'm when I'm like in practice and teaching the game like according to my normal like formula, I say the goal at the beginning and then at the end again, and just like drill it into people's heads, which works, I would say, about like 2/3 of the time.
Guess that. Got nothing else going on over there.
The Thebians are gonna think. When did you get in a mech? That's not fair.
It's gonna be a while.
Hold on.
Just gonna keep pushing.
Spartans. Well, na 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 na.
Yep.
Oh, but you are too late. Thebes. Just being in the way is their primary ability for this game. Wait, does that do anything for me? Hold on. No, because you can just walk through me.
That's
Oh,
Spartan.
that's a Spartan piece. Wake up, buddy. All right. No! Hold the line.
Wait, I can push these pieces right off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massacring my people. Oh, but now we have a phalanx. Look at that. Not the
Okay.
who will join them in death. Oh, now it's your turn. 1, 2. I think I can declare NIKA at this point. But I haven't played enough to be 100% confident of that. It isn't over until it's over. Oh, but I do have to pass the cheese.
You can't do it on your next turn though, because you still have to get in there.
Stop her now or never. I don't think you can stop her now.
Yeah.
I think the best you can do is get in my way and get bulldozed on my path
That is-
through.
That Athenian line is like just a little too late to get over there and help.
Can
Because
I?
you could buy a couple more turns.
Can I do that
Yeah.
and then that?
Yes.
Oh, you can.
See? That's why I didn't want to call things too zesty. Now I have to be all careful. Alright, well, you're about to get murdered anyway. So, 1. Come over here and bother you. Nobody going backwards off the cliff this turn. Athens.
They could take a running start and shove someone off if they really wanted to.
I like how there seems to be like a personality to each of the 4 here. Athens gets in a straight line and runs it. The Spartans just run all. They're like, I've got like 4 or 5 individual groups of Spartans.
I like how the Spartans are all facing the same way right now. It's funny.
To victory! The Spartans have their vibe going on.
You know what? I'm just gonna do what I was doing before. We'll just do that.
No! Look, it's conveniently pushed directly into the routed pieces. All right, Spartans. delayed me a turn, and I don't like that at all.
Sure.
Stay back.
I
What a
guess
power move.
that, and I guess that.
And that makes it Thebes. Well, this sucks. Thebes, what are you gonna do?
How those guys may have actually made it. That's crazy.
That was better.
Alright.
I thought it was very.
We need those like ring lights that attach to the tripods.
I like our sort of interrogation room lighting.
All we have are these stage lights.
I was going to say, those DMX lights, huh?
It's so much easier to run a live stream from my bedroom than it is from here. It's so complicated.
You should just sleep here then.
I have. Not overnight, surprisingly.
You need dramatic background music.
Remember when we first opened, I was like, we could do like a tabletop board game night and then just have like ambient performers on the stage. Just really quiet. I remember telling Jordan, he was like, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Like 4-hour instrumental, like really chill guitar.
Yeah. Those are one of those things
Just
where
cue
you like,
them for
like
like the dramatic
react in
music
real
and
time
start
to what's
going
going on on the
faster.
board.
Yeah, live scoring NIKA.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, not a bad idea. We could probably do that for some years.
one.
And is it still Thebes?
Yes,
You
it's
know.
still Thebes.
Right. It
Thebes-
is important.
Thebes is very busy. Okay, Thebes, what are you gonna do? Can't get there in time. You're terrible. Thebes, you're letting me down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Thanks. It took me a while to think of it. I worked long and hard on this
Yeah,
move,
yeah.
and I'm very proud of it. Sparta.
God damn.
Huh?
Yep.
Rope. Right up.
Oh my god, this is a disaster. All right. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and have some revenge on these guys. Clear that out. Yep. Yep. And now it's the Spartans.
It's the same fight, but smaller.
Here we go.
Can I push here?
Yes.
Push.
Wait, can I do it again?
Yes.
There. That feels better.
Now you've done it.
If anything, I've blocked the lone Spartan sprint.
Oh. Okay. Thieves. Thieves. Well, that's one. That one seems obvious to me. These guys aren't going anywhere. Thieves. Does it matter? Guess I can get quicker back to bothering you.
Let's do that. I guess this over here.
Get back in. Messini pieces.
Wait, I can do this in one turn.
Yes, that's one move.
I can turn back around.
Thieves. Okay. Thieves, what you want to do? Gotta start coming for you. Retreat. This guy's back here like, hello, what have you been doing for the last ever?
I'm just gonna do that.
Rude.
No, they can't push into there, right?
They can't, because they can't come in here.
Yep.
So you're just blocking my way.
Yep.
Spartans. The temptation to just bring those Spartans and start running them too is extreme.
This is a slaughter right here.
You guys are beating the shit out of each other.
These guys have died like 8 times.
Brutal.
So one. I think we'll just turn for now.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
All right, thieves. I already took my hand off it. We're not doing this. We're moving on. Sparta. Sparta, Sparta, Sparta.
Can I phalanx with opposite people?
No,
No.
only your own color.
Sparta, Sparta, Sparta. I don't think you have anything smart to do here.
This guy could just turn around and go back. It's not worth it.
Or better, they could advance. Yeah, Thebes. Which is every time I see this one, I laugh quietly to myself. Get out of my face. Well, Sparta. All right. Fine.
Okay. Wait, is that 2?
That's 2.
All right.
That's very much 2. Mm-hmm. It's Thebes.
You held out for a long time.
That piece deserves to be commemorated somewhere. I realize I've been sitting on my hands. People need to donate money to Wonderville so Mark will turn the heat on.
I know.
You know,
The watermelon, so Mark will turn the damn heat on.
the heat works for like an hour, and then it's just like, I'm good.
That's enough of that. Yeah. All right.
You know what
Whose
helps
turn
with
is it? Sparta?
heat?
Oh, okay.
Bodies.
Here we come. Time to
It is
do it
120
again.
degrees in the sound booth right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, is the heat just blows directly into the sound booth.
We need some sort of thing that takes the heat from up there at the ceiling and brings it down to the floor. But that doesn't take up all of the space you would need to do that. So. I guess a really strong fan up there would do something.
I mean, ceiling fans would work wonders,
Yeah,
and they're probably pretty cheap.
that's probably the easiest thing.
Yeah, put it on the wish list. Although those are like 1/4-inch wood panels on the ceiling, I'm not really sure what's above them.
I'm moving like one of the little like Renato air circulators in a heat vent up there just to like
Yeah.
push it down further.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. All right. Mezzanine.
I'm told that the way I say Renato is dumb because it's tornado, but
Oh, I don't like that.
For Sparta. It's fine.
Wait for Sparta.
For yeah, that's just the saying that they all say. They all say that.
Well, I can't let you leave here live. But now what? Now that we've accomplished that important goal.
We had 8 whole ass viewers for a moment there, so you guys know.
I'm sorry, we're not being engaging enough.
We had how many viewers?
We had 8. We have 7 now.
Oh.
What's up, viewers?
It's because Mark turned the heat on. They were watching for us to freeze. Yep.
Josh, tell more anecdotes.
Tell more anecdotes about what?
I don't know. Hey, we should be at MagFest right now, huh?
Greek history.
Or that.
Oh, is it? Well, should we? I don't know. Anymore.
I think we were supposed to be at MagFest like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, whatever.
Or I guess it depends on when MagFest is,
Yeah.
based on the organization's structure.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was no pandemic, what would have happened?
That's a very good question, actually.
Ugh.
That might have been a bigger disaster, like, than the existing MagFest disaster, but
Yeah, I'm sure they would have done something still.
yeah.
Still held it.
You poor lone Spartan.
Did we
Right.
show?
But how
did
many?
We show NIKA at the first MagFest that we went to.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I think what happened is that I just like brought it into the free play room and like sat there awkwardly, and maybe like one person came over and played with me. But that's like part of my problem is I'm just
That's
like
it.
too shy to like get like whatever you call it, get people to like come over by and play. But yeah, theoretically I was like playtesting it or showing off, but yeah, it wasn't anything super official.
Oh, you talked to Chris Hart lately.
You're just too slow.
The Borat movie had a scene in the
No.
Gaylord? I did not know that. That's awesome. Wait, you talked to Chris Hart?
No, I was asking if you have.
Are you
I
gonna
have
do
one more
anything
move.
else?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bold of you, given the number of times you've been in the infirmary.
Yeah,
You kill one Spartan and you think to yourself, this makes up for the last
I
27
didn't have any
times.
swag at the time to give away.
Yeah. This is over.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sure Chris Hart is like scaling mountains and building wooden sex stools or whatever Chris Hart is.
Yeah, that's right.
He's probably up to some like totally new and bizarre scheme.
Right, you're right. You're probably 3D scanning whole arenas for sports.
Boop. NIKA!
Yeah, all right.
Congratulations.
Mark wins. But at what cost, honestly? What was played by Messina?
The Mazine army has died so many times.
I don't think you should be allowed to resurrect them if they've died that many times.
So I feel obliged to point out there was a while where you could have moved the Spartan piece like one space toward the victory zone, and you wouldn't have been able to do anything about it.
Let's hold on. I just want to like look at this again because this is the part where I thought I
I'm sure-
lost.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
this, right? And there was like no other pieces for a while.
When you moved, Mark, when you moved up
Yeah.
here,
Uh huh.
that's where. Sorry.
Yeah,
it could have gotten one
exactly. It was like
closer.
that.
One there.
During
Yep.
that,
And
okay.
then you would have been able to get to the victory zone in one move, in one turn.
Mhm.
And Mark was not in the spot where he could strike that piece, but to the right hand.
That's
Right, because I could only hit this space.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like anywhere you moved, you would have ended up in a vulnerable spot where she could have taken it too. So.
Hmm.
Yep.
I was like sure that piece was gonna get into the
I
goal.
really thought that was it. It was like that one move of like doing a short step would have been
Yeah.
decisive on the game there.
Well,
But
Well,
good job bringing it back.
Yeah.
yeah.
The comeback.
cool. If you like this game, you can buy it at Wonderville.
Yeah.
Or maybe on the online store, although we don't have any way to ship it.
I do think if you want it to be a game people play at the bar, though, the shouting is important. There needs to be way more shouting than just shouting at the
I
end.
think
It's
you
true.
should replace the pieces with shot glasses. Every time you lose one, you've got to take that shot. You
Yeah.
can bring them back
Ooh.
as many times as you want, but you're in trouble. Mark would have won maybe, but he'd be like getting dragged out of the bar.
Dragged out of his own bar.
All right.
Cool. Good
Well,
game.
that's NIKA.
That's NIKA.
That's NIKA for you.
How many times can we say that's NIKA in a row?
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we've said it at least 4 times now, I think that's the end of the stream.
Yeah.
All right.
Tune in next Wednesday for playtest night.
Playtest night,
And
which
then
will be mostly digital
Every eighth
games.
Wednesday.
Every 8th Wednesday.
So don't miss it if you want. We're gonna have an indeterminate number of
Thanks
Wednesdays.
for having me on, guys.
Yeah,
It was
thanks,
fun.
Josh.
Thanks for showing off your game and talking to us about the development of it. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
My pleasure.
And now you owe us tuning into the next stream, so we'll have at least 2 viewers.
Right.
actually, if we can play Sumer on stream, that would be cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could definitely play it locally, or I could see about getting you like an online thing. I'll just check right now if we have like an online like Steam beta.
Yeah, I guess if not, we could play it locally too. We have this
Yeah.
huge space. So
Yeah.
Right.
And
is
is it,
playtest night gonna be? It's on Discord, right?
Playtest night's on
is
Discord,
it's
yeah.
mostly digital games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm the only one who shows up with board games usually.
But every other Wednesday will be some kind of tabletop thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Josh, when are you gonna make it down to Wonderville?
I don't know, man.
When is he going to get vaccinated?
Yeah, after the pandemic.
Yeah, when it's safe to cross state line, legal to cross state lines.
Yeah.
Well,
Cuomo lets us reopen.
Yeah.
in my family, when
Yeah.
we were little, so that we wouldn't get mad, whoever won has to put away the game.
Fair.
That's the law.
It's a fair deal.
Yeah, no, I do feel bad I've never been there.
It's a more harsh punishment the more complex the game is.
It's true.
This one's not so bad.
Alright, Mark, you want me to fill the screen?
Yes, please.
Kill it. Everybody say NIKA.
Nika.
You have to
Nika.
shout it, Nika! Alright. Thank you, 7 viewers, for watching. If you have things you want to see on the stream, put them in the chat. Come back. We'll miss you if you're gone. We'll notice because there's only 7 of you.
We'll fix the mics next time.
That'll be fun.
Goodbye. Give me a good wave goodbye.
Well...
You're not on camera. Oh, well.